The world around us is filled with invisible barbed wire and barricades. Hostile architecture fills our public spaces with exclusionary, anti-behavioral, and anti-social design features which often go unnoticed. Shining a light on this type of design poses many questions. What is hostile architecture's true purpose? Does it achieve that purpose? And how does it affect our public spaces? To understand these questions, we have to question why hostile architecture exists in urban space in the first place. Examining hostile architecture through a lens of urban geography allows us to understand the rationale behind cities' use of hostile architecture, as well as how the affected populace responds to and is affected by this form of anti-behavioral governance. Before that, what is hostile architecture and what is public space? Public spaces are topological spaces of sociability, such as streets, plazas, etc. Hostile architecture is the use of design features in the urban locale to discourage the use of public space for specific behaviors. The urban geography perspective focuses on the development of cities, including, in this case, how processes and relationships shape urban space. How do those in power use hostile architecture? Municipalities utilize exclusionary design to uphold an idealistic urban image, to enforce policy, and to surveil the populace. Idealistic urban images are motivated by economic interests and acted upon through strategies of gentrification, of which hostile architecture is a part of. Undesirable peoples are often excluded as unfit to economically engage or unfit for the civic culture of the space. The powers that be use hostile architecture as a form of surveillance in order to prevent the misuse of space by displacing the misusers. What are some examples? Common examples of hostile architecture are often invisible to those who aren't looking for them. For example, uncomfortable, anti-homeless benches that prevent laying down, metal pegs called skate stoppers to stop skateboarding on concrete ledges, and in the extreme case, literal spiked surfaces to prevent the homeless from occupying a space. These and more are found in places such as London, New Delhi, and Los Angeles' Skid Row, a neighborhood known for rampant violent crime. Here, the homeless have been condensed through exclusionary policy as extreme as public bathroom removal and overhead sprinkler systems. How is the populace affected by hostile architecture, and what is their response? The public is going to do what they want. Skaters aren't going to stop skating, and the homeless can't stop being homeless just to fit an urban image. Both intentional and unintentional methods of resistance are at play, including ad hoc urbanism, or activities performed in a public space that fall outside of the officially sanctioned uses of that space. Urban geography offers the advantage of holistically analyzing the causes for and the reactions to hostile architecture in our urban spaces. But this isn't enough. In order to fully understand the effects of hostile architecture on our society, it is important to examine the cases of individuals and study them through a feminist geography perspective. Everyone experiences public space differently at different times. I believe that studying the paradoxical nature of hostile architecture, we can gain a greater understanding of the multiplicity of its effects on public space, specifically how the populace perceives undesirables, and vice versa.